Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lee Marie and I teach you how to. Today's video, we're going to be making holiday room sprays. If you haven't already added room sprays to your product line, I definitely encourage you to do so. They are a fast, easy product to make and they're absolutely wonderful. My clients love them. And strangely enough, on Fair, where we have both our candles and our room sprays far outperform our candles. So people out there love room sprays, they're looking for room sprays. So hopefully this recipe will be perfect for you and you can get started with room sprays as part of your product line. I'm excited about this recipe because it is super simple. We're talking 3 ingredients. Now I do have another video which I'm going to link right up here, and it is my Skin Safe room spray. That is a different recipe, so if you want to look at that recipe, definitely, I'll leave the link to that video right there. Take a look, see if it's a recipe that you like. This one's a little bit more straightforward. This is just a solid room spray recipe, and like I said, it is super simple. 3 ingredients is all you're going to need. You're going to need your fragrance. You're going to need polysorbate 80. It's really important that it's polysorbate 80 and not 20, because 80 is the one that mixes with oils as opposed to water. There is no water in this recipe, so polysorbate 80 is the one you want. And then of course your alcohol. My personal favorite is Makesy's Sugar Cane Alcohol. I absolutely love this product. I love it because once you're done making this room spray, you don't need to let it cure. You can use it instantly and the fragrance lasts. So grab your 3 ingredients, grab a scale, your bottles, something to mix everything in, something to mix it with, and a little funnel. The funnels are a really good idea if you don't want to make a mess all over your counter. Also, I like to wear gloves while I'm making my room sprays because I don't want to get the fragrance and everything all over my hands because it'll be stuck there for like ever. So those are optional if you want to wear the gloves or not, but let's go ahead and get started with our holiday room spray. Okay guys, I promised you a super simple recipe for room sprays, and here we go. Okay, so obviously you're going to need a scale, and like I said, you're going to need a container to mix everything in and something to stir it with. So this recipe is very similar to the recipe that I did for my Skin Safe organic sprays, but again, this one is really more just a straightforward room spray. So we are not adding witch hazel and we're not adding glycerin to this. The 3 ingredients are whatever fragrance you choose. We've got our polysorbate 80 and then our organic sugar cane alcohol from Makesy that I absolutely love. This is not sponsored by Makesy. I just really like their products. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to turn on our scale and make sure that it is set to ounces because this entire recipe will be in ounces. Now, my particular bottles are 3.4 ounces. So I know that's a little bit unique. Most makers, they use a 4-ounce bottle. So this recipe will be for 4 ounces. Just keep in mind that if I have some extra liquid in my container, it's because I'm making the recipe for you guys for 4 ounces, but my bottles are actually only 3.4. And since everybody's gonna ask, I get these bottles on Alibaba.com. I really love them because I wanted something unique and different. You will notice though that this is not a screw cap, so this does require a special tool to get this on there, and then once you get it on, you cannot unscrew it or take it off. So that's something you got to keep in mind with some of the bottles that you're buying. Not all of them are super simple twist caps. What I will say though is these don't leak, which is really nice, especially when you're shipping them. So we have all of our necessary tools and we're going to get started. Now, I'm going to be making enough for 4 room sprays, but I will give you the recipe for just 1, and then you can follow along, and this is a 4 times for that recipe, okay? So for a 1-time recipe for just 1 spray, you're going to need 1/2 ounce of fragrance, okay? 1/2 ounce. And since again, I'm doing times 4, I'm gonna do 2 ounces because it's gonna be for 4 sprays. So the first one that I'm doing, so the spray that I'm doing is going to be a kind of winter woods, kind of Christmas tree, crisp balsam cedar kind of a scent. So it's that quintessential Christmas fragrance that everybody loves because it smells like Christmas trees or the outdoors. It's great to spray. If you have an artificial tree, this is really great to spray on it and it smells like a real Christmas tree. And it's just great for that holiday ambiance. So the first fragrance I'm using is called Alpine Frost. And this is from Crafter's Choice, which is Wholesale Supplies Plus. I will leave a link down below to all of the products that I use today. But Alpine Frost is the first half of this recipe because I really like this scent. It is kind of a masculine fragrance. And then to make it more Christmassy, I am adding balsam cedar. This is the quintessential Christmas tree smell, is the balsam cedar from Wholesale Supplies Plus. So this one I really like as well. So we're gonna do half and half. And again, for 1 spray, it's half an ounce of fragrance. But since I'm making 4, it's gonna be 2 ounces. And since we're splitting them, it's gonna be 1 ounce of each. Okay, but we're gonna equal 2 ounces. So there is 1 ounce of the Alpine Frost, and now 1 ounce of the balsam cedar. A little bit more. Perfect. Okay. So now that we have our fragrance, we want to mix those two to make sure that we get a nice cohesive fragrance. And then I always have a towel nearby so that I can put I'm not damaging my table. Okay, so now the second thing, remember polysorbate 80 is a 2-to-1 ratio, which means if we use half an ounce in the 1 spray recipe, then we need 1 ounce of polysorbate, so twice as much. In this case, since we used 2 ounces of fragrance because we're making 4 sprays, we are going to use 4 ounces of polysorbate 80. Four ounces, perfect. All right, so now you want to make sure to mix this really, really well. You want the polysorbate and the fragrance to be mixed really, really well. You want cohesion. You want one liquid. So we just mix it really, really well until it's well combined. Okay. And then the last item, I told you this was going to be super simple. The last item is going to be your organic sugarcane alcohol or whatever kind of alcohol you choose to use. I'm just a big fan of the organic sugarcane. So if you're making 4 ounces, what you're going to need is 2.5 ounces of alcohol. Now again, we're multiplying this recipe by 4. So instead of 2.5, what I want is 10 ounces. So 10 ounces of alcohol is going to give me enough to fill these 4 bottles that I have. But if you're doing the recipe times 1, then it's 2.5 ounces. So we have 2.5 ounces of alcohol, 1 ounce of polysorbate, and half an ounce of your fragrance, and that equals 4 ounces. So super simple recipe. Please let me know in the comments how it works out for you and if you like it. And what's great is, I mean, you can use this with any fragrance that you want. And because we're using polysorbate 80 and we're using this great alcohol, you are going to get a crystal clear room spray. And that's what we want. Now, the organic sugarcane alcohol, I have it in this pitcher because if you're just pouring it out of here, too much will pour out. It'll make a big mess. So out of the gallon jug, I like to pour it into a smaller container and then go from there. So we are going for 10 ounces, because again, I'm making a 4 times batch. And there we are, 10 on the dot. Again, we are going to combine it, mix it really, really well. And like I said, I promise you are going to get a long-lasting, instant use. There is no need to let this cure at all. And it's going to be crystal clear. So let's pour it into the bottles and I'll show you just how clear and beautiful it is. This is my bottle. It is 3.4 ounces and I get them on Alibaba.com. I will have the link down below to get them. And again, these are not ones that you can just screw a cap on, but I'll show you how we finish them in a little bit. First, let's fill this one. So I've got my little funnel on, and these funnels honestly are just such a time saver and they make everything so easy and clean to do. So we're gonna take our fragrance and we're gonna start pouring. So I promised you a crystal clear room spray. And that is exactly what I gave you. Look at how beautiful and crystal clear that room spray is. Again, instant use, no need to let it cure, nothing like that. It is ready to go. Once you get the cap on, you can start labeling and selling it. Let me refill these other ones and then I will show you how I finish them off. Okay, so now that we have our beautiful room sprays, we want to finish them off. So this is a crimper. And so this is a product that came with my bottles. I had to pay for it, but it was from the same company that I bought my bottles from. And it basically will provide a perfect seal for our bottles so that they're going to be leak proof. But remember, with these bottles, once you seal them, you can't take it off. So hopefully you don't make any mistakes. So the first thing you do, this is the first piece, this is your sprayer, and it has this little collar on there. And so you want to put your sprayer in and kind of attach that collar down. Okay, so it looks like that. Next, you have this little piece. This goes over your collar. So this will go right over it and it stays in place like that. So it looks like this. And then we're going to put it under the machine and we're simply going to press down. So again, we're taking this piece, we're putting it down and the collar is going to fit. We're taking the gold piece and putting it around. And then we put it underneath and push. And just like that, it is complete and beautiful and ready to spray. Okay, so here is my label, and I apologize. It's kind of like the writing is pretty small, so I'll just let you know what's on it. So obviously you want your logo or your company name, the name of the product, what it actually is, you know, if it's a room spray, linen spray, whatever. You want the size in ounces and in milliliters. So I have 100 milliliters, 3.4 ounces, and it was made in Fort Myers, Florida. And then on the side panel, again, I'm sorry, it is tiny writing, but I have the ingredients in descending order. So whatever you use the most of, followed by the least, then the least, then the least. So getting smaller and smaller. And then you also want your warning on there. Your warning should basically let your customer know that they should not be spraying this on their face. They should not be ingesting it. They should keep it away from pets and children. And then lastly, you want to write where you manufactured it. So for me, I manufactured it. I have my company's full name. I have our city, state, and zip code, and then also our website in case they need an exact address. That's on the website as well. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and that you found value in it and are able to add holiday room sprays to your product line this season. I love making these videos for you. It's been a little hectic, but I will be uploading more regularly coming up, so please bear with me. I hope you enjoy these kind of videos though. I really do like to make them. If you have any comments or questions, please put them down below. And as always, I will have links to every product that I use so that you can purchase it for yourself. If you choose to purchase any products at Makesy, be sure to use my 20% off coupon code. It is Nokomis Home 20. It'll get you 20% off your entire order. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.